All right, welcome to a very special edition of Come On Down. I'm John Baker.
I'm Jonathan Montney.
And today we are joined by a very special guest, Emilie Soghomonian, who, if you'll recall, we just recently did an episode on To Tell the Truth.
We did.
In which we asked, where do they get these people that pretend to be other people from?
Yeah.
And by a twist of fate, we found out the answer. It's Emilie Soghomonian is these people.
Yes.
So, Emilie, thanks for talking to us today.
Thanks so much for having me. I was very excited to come across your path.
I know. So, you were on an episode of To Tell the Truth that aired like this summer, I believe.
I sure was.
And you were pretending to be a Harry Potter Quidditch champion, a Quidditch national champion.
This is true.
How did you end up pretending to be a Quidditch national champion on our televisions?
Well, I am actually an actor.
What?
What a twist this was.
Who knew? So I randomly got an audition to be on To Tell the Truth. And I don't think everybody who's on it is necessarily an actor, because I know a lot of people have like very different wild other things they do, and the people who are real aren't actors usually at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got an audition for it one day, and it was they stressed that you needed to be good at improv, and I had taken a lot of improv classes in college and out here. So I thought, all right, let's go try out this audition. And I was nervous, and I didn't think I didn't think I would get it, but there I was.
What was the audition like? Did they make you pretend to be several different experts or things?
They did. They gave us different situations. Like randomly, they would give you like just something off the bat, and then you had to pretend you were that person, and they would ask you follow-up questions based on that breakdown that they gave you.
That's great. I feel like your improv skills come into play there. Isn't there something in improv? It's called the expert or something, and you're supposed to pretend to be an expert, and then people in your group ask you things, and you're just supposed to come up with stuff.
We learned that in improv classes
Yeah.
as well.
There you go. You guys know all about it. Yeah. No, it's like it's exactly the game of improv. So
Nice.
yeah.
That's cool. So it was obviously there was an actual Quidditch champion, which is not you.
Exactly.
There was another imposter as well. Did you interact with the other two people at all very much?
I did actually. So I spent the day before with both of them, kind of I hadn't met them before the day, but that day I got to know them, and they were really awesome. I had a lot of fun with them, and then afterwards, since then, we have kept in touch, and they're now my buds.
Nice, that's cool. So was the other imposter an actor as well?
He was an actor as well. He's also based out here in Los Angeles. And yeah, he kind of had the same casting process as I did.
Did the Quidditch national champion guy, did he fill you in a bit, like beforehand, that day before that you spent with them? Was he telling you information about his Quidditch experience so that you could use those to lie to people?
Totally. And we did have a producer as well. So the day, like weeks leading up to it, there was a producer who got in contact with me, and he kind of gave me documents explaining the game's rules and all those sort of things. So I got to know the game a little bit, and I had to choose what position I played and all that stuff. And then the day of, when I got to know the real Quidditch player, I asked him as many questions as I could possibly think of so that I would be prepared.
Yeah. Did you do any research online to try and find video of people playing?
I did. I watched a lot of Quidditch videos.
Like, really?
Yes, I did. Well, actually, in the college I went to did really have a Quidditch team. So that I knew.
Wow.
So they were like, "Oh, you're a Quidditch player from BU," so that's what I was, and BU did have a Quidditch team, so I was able to use that too. And it's actually it looks like a fun game.
It's a lot of moving parts, right?
It is a lot of moving parts. It's very similar to the actual game in the book. Like the rules are
people are flying and
People are literally flying. You have to learn how to fly.
there's a little bug buzzing around that you have to catch.
You have to catch.
Yeah, so you have to have like a stick between your legs, right?
You do. You
While
have
you're
to
running around.
like it's typically like a PVC pipe that you run around.
Classic.
You don't even do a real broomstick.
Not even.
I guess that's witches, though.
I know. Yeah, I feel like a real broomstick would be like a nice touch, but
Right.
Yeah.
So you're on the show. I'm just going to go to the part that I want to ask about because it's the
Go
part
for
I'm
it.
so
I
excited
know exactly
about.
what you're gonna ask.
Yeah, I know.
I'm scared.
So it was Nikki Glaser, right?
Yes.
Is looking you in your eyeballs and calling you a potential psychopath, which her theory is that you were a psychopath because you were the liar that she was accusing you of. What is going through your head
On a day-to-day basis when you're murdering people as a psychopath, which you
What
clearly
is-
are.
I don't know. I had a lot of friends who watched the episode be like, weren't you so insulted when she called you a psychopath? But as an actor, if she
the
thought I was
biggest
that
compliment.
good of a liar, I was like, thank you very much, Nikki.
Yeah.
To be honest, it was the best part. It was the best part of the show for me.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Did she say something to you after the show? Did she take you aside and be like, "You are amazing"?
You know what? I wish she did. Unfortunately, we didn't have that last connection, right?
Wow, she just pieced out.
She just
Here's what you
she
do.
thought I was a sociopath or a psychopath or
I think she said both at separate times.
she might have said both. So I'm like, don't even. She probably didn't even want to talk to me. She was like, that girl, stay away from her.
She sees you as competition because she's never been called a psychopath or a sociopath for her acting.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened there. I think.
I mean, she's no Joel McHale anyway. He was on the episode. He's who you want to be
Joel.
cozying up with afterwards, probably.
So true. So true.
Yeah.
I mean, he's good. But my wife says he's good looking, but he's not that funny. But he's good on Community. That's her review.
That's a very specific, like.
I
It's the
think,
same review she has of me,
how does that make you feel?
like a sociopath sometimes.
Got him.
Oh man.
I love Jill.
So, do you have any interesting quips or quips?
Quips? That's not the word you're looking for.
Do you have
I
any
think.
interesting stories from being on the show that time? Did it lead to anything? Are you a professional Quidditch player now?
I wish I was a professional Quidditch player. Unfortunately, I know all the facts about it, so I could be if I wanted to. I don't know if you guys are fans of football at all, but I got to
Yes.
meet another contestant who was the guy who invented the Packers Wisconsin cheesehead.
Oh, the cheesehead guy.
Wow.
I
which
remember that.
was
Yeah.
huge for me because my boyfriend, who's right over there, he's from Wisconsin, and so that was like a huge deal for him.
Yeah.
Wow, was he there at the taping?
He
In the
wasn't,
audience?
unfortunately. He didn't get invited, but
Ooh. Ouch.
ouch. Yeah, that was a fun little thing there. Actually, a big thing that I did get is I've been trying to be eligible to join the Actors Union for a long time, since I moved out here, and I was actually I became eligible from being on To Tell the Truth, which was
That's
there you
huge.
go.
That's
that was a
awesome.
big step for me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, have you had any other experience with game shows or being called to auditions for game shows or anything like that? I feel like generally there's not a ton of actors that are called to
Yeah.
game shows. This is kind of a specific
Usually
situation.
they're not looking for actors because, it's just like to truly play the game, you just have to win some money. But, so actually trying to think, I don't think I have had any other game show experiences, but this was one that felt very worth it. That was very exciting, very fun, a very unique experience, which I loved.
Yeah. Well, you were great on it. I mean, you kept. Man, I feel like sometimes people will give away something, maybe a quick smile, or like, if somebody's calling me a sociopath, I'm kind of probably like, yeah, I'm tricking you.
Yeah, I got it.
But you kept a very straight face the whole time. I think I guessed you as well when I was watching the show.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was because I don't know. You just kind of had this like, yeah. I mean, clearly I do it. I'm Quidditch. I'm professional, and this is what I play. So, next question. I know everything.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I guess my preparation was worth it.
All that video was worth it.
Yeah.
What?
So were you a big fan of Harry Potter beforehand?
I did read all the books and I did see all the movies. I wouldn't say I was like a crazy fan. I'm a big Dobby fan. I love Dobby.
Yeah.
So the Dallas Stars are in the Stanley Cup Finals right now, and the goalie is a Russian named Hudobin. His nickname is Dobby. He's got Dobby written on his goalie mask.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's true. He's got a picture of Dobby on his
He does.
mask,
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing in the
very
world.
Scary
but
looking.
yeah, and he's just like this goofy Russian guy who's just like, yeah, you call me whatever. Give me socks, I don't care.
I love that. Wow, he's a real life Dobby. Get your
Yeah.
socks. You'll be a free
He's our
elf.
house elf here in Dallas.
That's
Do so at the end of the show, when you revealed yourself to be the evil, lying woman that you are, you also said, I am not a Quidditch champion, but I am an Irish step dancing champion. And it seems like you weren't prepared for me to ask about that, which I'm very excited about, because now I need to know if that is another lie, if that is a fact, and the details therein.
So, it is a fact of long ago.
How long ago? You look like you're in your early 20s.
I'm in my mid to late 20s.
Okay.
But
Late, that means.
I just turned my late 20s. But when I was in middle school, high school, I did competitively Irish step dance and won a variety of competitions at that time. And it was the producers, again, who made me use that line. I was like, I feel like this is a bit of a stretch, but it's not a lie.
Yeah, I mean, you informed the producers of that little bit of knowledge at some point.
I did.
Clearly. So you've got some pride in your Irish step dancing experience. How does one get into Irish step dancing? I don't know that, like, if your name was like, Emilie McSomething, not
Connor.
Yeah, exactly. You don't seem Irish.
I'm not. Well, I am Irish by a long.
By just way of being from Massachusetts and everybody's Irish.
That's the only Irish I have in me. My last name is Armenian, so that's definitely not on that side. I actually I grew up going to Prince Edward Island, which is a place in Canada, of course. And they have there's a lot of Irish step dancing going on there, and like fiddling and bagpipes and Irish and Scottish culture. And I became entranced by it when I was a wee lass. And I decided, so I don't know, I got into it probably when I was about in like, I'd say third grade maybe, and I kind of continued on throughout middle school, high school, and it wasn't until college where it was kind of like where you have to like pick, you have to choose, like, do you want to do all your acting or you want to be an Irish step dancer? And I was like,
well, it's always a tough choice for a lot of us,
because the market for professional Irish step dancing is flooded, so you don't want to go into that.
Yeah, there's too many people doing that right now.
Way too many people acting.
There's the Lord of the Dance. What's his name? Michael something.
Flatley.
Mick Summers.
Flatley. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Have you ever seen him? Have you ever seen him perform?
I haven't seen him
dancing live.
Not live. I always want to. I watch a lot of videos of him because he's amazing.
Bucket list.
Great.
Yeah. Were you disappointed? Because there's a thing on the show where one of the imposters sticks around for the next round and they're actually something else.
Yeah.
Were you disappointed that the next round wasn't one of us is an Irish step dancer champion?
I would have to say, because of the fact that it was the past me who's an Irish step dance champion, I was relieved that they didn't have to do that.
Because they would have made you do it at the end.
And they would
Like
have.
they made you play
because
Quidditch
they
or
always
whatever.
do that. They made him. Yeah, they made our Quidditch player play Quidditch. But I mean, you know, and I could have if I can still do it, but I'm not.
I don't mean to brag. But
I don't mean to brag, but I don't know. But no, don't ask me to do it.
I'm frankly disappointed that we didn't get to see that.
I know.
Yeah.
Did I know you said Nikki Glaser did not come and issue an apology, but did you interact with any of the other celebrities at all before or after the taping? To keep you separate? Those people are too important.
They're too important. Yeah, no, they totally kept us separate. They like had a different green room for us and them. I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you guys more exciting.
No, that's fine. I was shaking my head at the cast system that sounds like they clearly set up on these sets.
It's real. There's a real cast system.
I understand beforehand they don't want them to see you guys because you gotta. What if you slip somebody the truth?
Exactly, and that could be a plot twist. However, a fun story about that is that, how many times am I going to say that? So my boyfriend's boss, I'm not going to say who it is, but he was one of the celebrity judges on an episode that was filmed a couple days before mine, and I know him, so I thought, what if they had put me on the same episode, and then he would have known. That could have been a conflict of interest, but it didn't happen, so it was fine.
By the way, I do know the answer to this question.
Oh, do you?
He would have had to recuse himself, and Anthony Anderson's mom would take his place.
Really?
As one of the
Is that true?
question askers. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because I saw it happen on one episode Michael Strahan was on.
Whoa.
And he had to recuse himself because I guess probably the person, he's on Good Morning America, I think. So my guess is that the people were covered on a Good Morning America story at some point or another.
So
he knew it.
So he knew.
But yeah, he had to recuse himself. So that's what would have happened.
That's
in that scenario.
Funny. I thought you were just messing with me, but sounds legit.
I do my research.
It's always an issue
when
when
show podcast. Okay.
Yeah, it's always an issue when three people have improv backgrounds get on a call because you're like, I don't know if this is a bit or if you're telling me the truth. So
I don't know. That's the thing, and that's what makes us all sociopaths, I guess.
yeah,
we all are in some way or another. So you mentioned you're an actor. Is there anything that you've got going on? Do you want to promote anything? Use us.
we have at least.
We have hundreds of listeners.
Hundreds,
Hundreds.
millions. I
Working
do
there.
have a couple things going on, actually. I am currently helping produce, and I'm going to be starring in a feature film that one of my good friends wrote, and I worked with him before on a short. And I'm going to be starting some fundraising on Seed and Spark for that shortly.
Ooh.
We'll throw a link up.
Lovely, thank you very much. That's still we're still preparing that a little bit, but I'm very excited about it. It's a very unique concept, if you will. Also, I mean, always working on things. Always, if anybody ever wants to collaborate, let me know. Cause
I think you guys should hurry up with this movie because there's no other movies in the movie theaters right now. So you get a pretty good theatrical release if you just have any. I think they'll put anything out there right now.
Right.
Which I'm sure this will be great. But I could probably make a movie and get it in the theaters
there
right
you
now. That's
go.
what I'm saying. And it would not be great.
No, I'm sure it would be really good.
Disney just moved all their movies into like next fall. So
wild.
So get it going. Get this.
I'm gonna
Seed
get
and Spark
going. It's gonna get a theatrical release next year.
There.
There it is.
I'm excited.
I put it in the universe, so it means it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go see it.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome. Well, I think that's it.
Very nice.
Thank you so much again
We
for
really appreciate it.
hopping on, Emily.
I appreciate it.
And thank you for using your sociopathic powers for good instead of evil.
Yeah.
And I hope one day we'll see you Irish step dancing into the spotlight.
Wow. I love that. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for having me. It was lovely meeting you guys, and thanks again. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for us too.
Great.
Cool. All right, that's the end.